Maverick checking in, and we are currently in the south area off of Mendocino and Fruitridge with the Sheriff's Department and Sac PD assisting. Not sure if this started as a vehicle pursuit or attempted traffic stop, but they have a vehicle up ahead. I think it's up ahead of the van.
Back, you want to make an announcement, but they're not coming out.
But some subjects fled from the vehicle and toward the left, so to the west, toward MLK. So they are now searching with canine.
We're still trying to discern where they are back here. They're not being uncompliant, just not answering our question.
So there's a perimeter that's up down Mendocino here, out on Fruitridge a little bit, and down MLK. They're also going to be checking parts of the storage. I think it's a public storage. It's an area that the air unit can't clear. You can't see in the passageways at the storage unit on MLK. No, on Fruitridge. It's on Fruitridge. But it's between where we're at now and MLK. So give me
trying to get to the neighbor's vehicle.
Give me a second here and I'll tap in on my other device so I can see your comments. This check-in, this isn't a virtual ride-along per se. We'll call it a check-in. And this check-in is sponsored by the RU Recovery Program. If you know anyone suffering from addictions here in the greater Sacramento area, you want to go to rusacramento.org and check out the details there. Yeah, and we're not really sure how this started out. I'm assuming they have a vehicle that some subjects fled from, so I don't know if it started out as a pursuit. We came in a little late to it. We were monitoring Sac PD channels, and it was broadcast over Sac PD that the Sheriff's Department was looking for assistance, and so we switched over. So let's get, this is off of Fruitridge and MLK are the main streets, and we're on Mendocino.
It appears they're acting 927, possibly on road.
Okay. Searching back there to 5430 Mendocino.
So now searching 5430 Mendocino. We're in the 5400 block of Mendocino, and they're working their way south towards us. So again, just ahead of that van, that white van that's right in front of us, there's another vehicle that they've been searching.
not
Not a whole lot going on. Not a problem, Johnny. Yeah.
In the backyard of 543021. Go ahead. Your current location, some kind of tree or shrub or something with some heat in it. But I don't know if the property has chickens or what, but due south of where you're at now, I've got a bush with something in it, but I can't tell what.
There's a bush with something in it, maybe a chicken. So, Air 21 is overhead. That's a CHP air unit. That's a fixed wing. Excuse me. And
southbound to my location as well.
they have FLIR. So FLIR is the thermal imaging, and
I think there's a chicken coop in that big question.
so they see heat signatures.
Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of sporadic, like there's something up there in the bushes.
So a lot of times too, they'll have a trash can that's putting out heat, and it can be one of two things: someone hiding in the trash can, or grass clippings, because the grass clippings produce heat. So other than this,
Mendocino address. Are you going to put collapsing on that and then doing a certain call outs by a probation search there?
other than this, not a lot going on tonight, and usually not even out Thursday nights.
148, can't find River. I think we're good with that.
But my wife is out of town, so this is usually her night. So you guys get me tonight. Yeah, if you were on last night, Ace was in rare form. He was a hoot last night. Had me choking on eggnog and everything. Snag Harbor, welcome. See, roll call. Who else we got here? We got Pod. Not. Oh wow, I cannot say the name. I am so sorry. Pa Nabia, Paula Lunt, supporter. Thank you. Rumad, welcome. Johnny, supporter +1 means you're also a top fan. Cali Field, howdy. Joe Reyes, Snag Harbor. These are usually very long and drawn out. Goes a couple of different ways. The dog will start alerting, and they'll hone in and start tightening the net and get the subject surrounded, and the air unit spots them, and they start moving in and make an announcement and let them know, hey, we see you, don't come out, the dog will be released and the dog will bite you, give up now. And let them know that they're canine announcements, and then hopefully the person will just come out. If not, they release the dog. And then the other way it turns out is whoever they're looking for is long gone and got out of the perimeter somehow, or hunkered down somewhere where they just can't locate them. And So it can go from 0 to Mach 1 really quick. Good, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Are you just trying to, you just hanging out?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, public safety news.
Oh, yes. I recognized you. That's what it was. You're just looking for something good.
This is it tonight.
Well, you just jinxed it. Alright, so you must work weekends.
Work, well, we just we're trying to go full time. We just got our nonprofit a little while ago. We're working on that too. I'm normally overnight and usually Monday and Tuesday daytime. Yeah. Public safety. Yeah, well, it's not but PS news I use primarily just like things like this. I know. I live right down for some them, okay?
That's why I see you in this area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice meeting you. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. One of the deputies pulled up and wanted to chit-chat. Alright, so I catch you up. We're on a foot bail from a vehicle. Suspects are way to the west or to the left of us here into the neighborhood. They have a perimeter set up. I was away from the radios a little bit, so I missed some stuff, and so you guys might know more what's going on than I do. And she had a radio in her ears, so I didn't hear from her radio when I was talking with her. So again, we're in the South Sacramento area. This is off of Fruitridge and MLK. And they are searching the area to the west of us or to the left. We are facing north. Not a problem, Angela and Gloria. Howdy, Trina. Hope we answer all of your questions there. No, I don't know, Sophia, what kind of car was stopped. It's in front of the van that's up there, and I didn't get a chance to see it. And while they have a perimeter going and the canines out, we stay in the car. We'll let McGruff take a bite out of the crime, not us.
Sorry, just drove the intersection, Folsom and Howe.
Howdy, Lisa.
Can we call back and get a better...
Not a problem, Sophia. And if you're just popping in, I'm just checking in. This is not a one of my normal nights, so this is a bonus night, and so we're not really calling it a virtual ride-along, so more of a check-in. And tonight is this morning is being sponsored by RU Recovery Program Sacramento chapter at rusacramento.org. If you know anyone that's struggling with addiction, it's a fabulous program, so check into that there, especially during these holiday times. Some folks are struggling more than usual, so it's a good way to get them some help.
We're actually on Folsom to Howe.
So as I was telling folks earlier, these perimeters go one of two ways. They're either just really long and drawn out and then the suspect isn't found, or all of a sudden it goes into high gear and the radio goes wacko and people are racing around and they got one at gunpoint and all that stuff. So a lot goes on sometimes. Either nothing goes on or a lot goes on. Lisa, Martin Luther King and Fruitridge is the main cross streets, and we're actually on Mendocino, just north of Fruitridge. We are facing north. The search is to the west, to the left of us. We don't have a description of the suspects. Really don't know a whole lot what's going on. Just full of information for you. But this was the only thing that's been going on tonight. So, not a problem there, Lisa. And thanks for everybody dropping in. Getting ready to change phone carriers. Who's everybody's phone? Who's everybody think is the best cell phone carrier in Sacramento? I know Verizon is pretty good, but they're more expensive. But we're having a really bad experience with T-Mobile right now. And after several years being on T-Mobile, we're finally fed up and actually getting our law firm involved. So getting ready to make a switch. Foggy out there, huh, Lisa? So it looks like they're breaking this down. And they did not find the suspect. Lisa's Sprint, yeah, we had Sprint before, but that was right when they were starting the 4G, and they moved everybody over to 3G, and the service was horrible. Verizon, AT&T. Yeah, I've heard AT&T's pretty good.
Like medical needed. People in 3rd Street call medic.
Verizon, Sprint. Lisa never have a problem with Sprint. Oh, Sky, I bet. Yeah, and that's why I find, folks who have owned some houses in some of the areas for a long time, they've seen a lot of changes, and especially in this area, I bet they can tell a lot of stories. They can probably write a novel. Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards AT&T. I'm glad a company said AT&T. Verizon was just so stinking expensive, but they got pretty good customer service, is my understanding. So. All right, we're gonna go ahead and clear out of here. Bad people still on the loose, as far as I know. I don't think they got anybody in custody. I'm gonna go ahead and roll by the suspect vehicle. See what we got. See what we got cracking here. How's it going, guys?
Video or no?
Huh?
You getting a good video?
No, we're live right now too, just so you know. Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. So was this 10-8 or
no?
Just stop?
Yep. Decided to run faster than me.
Ah.
So I'm mad.
You got pretty good wheels though.
I mean, I fell. I ripped all my clothes.
Oh no. You're okay though, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So what? You got 2 loose or
No, just one.
just one? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Get
righty.
something better now.
Huh?
So hopefully we find something better now.
Yeah. Okay. This was the only thing going on.
I know. I was driving around like going crazy. I was like, dude, no, nothing's going on today.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Well, at least you spiced the night up.
Yeah, right?
All right. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. It was just a traffic stop, and the guy foot bailed and outran the deputy, and he ripped the pant legs up on his his uniform. So, but he's okay. And so one bad guy in the wind. Oh, you probably heard me as they were walking up to the car. I always give them, if they're walking up, the officers, deputies are walking up to the car, I always give them the courtesy of letting them know that we're live. Because there are some things that that are appropriate and not appropriate to say when we're live. So just want to give them that courtesy. And it's kick out time downtown. I heard a couple of scuffles going on. We'll cruise down there real quick and see what's happening downtown. Everything should be just about emptying out by the time we get there, but we'll give it a go. So we're westbound Fruitridge right now, getting ready to get on the 99 north. Downtown. I'll catch up on comments after I land. like to ride in your hip pocket. I don't get that. You try to get over and they want to stay right there on your quarter panel.
Commercial vehicle. Subject to a Sergey Devyatkin.
Johnny went on a ride along with Sac Sheriff a few years back in South Sac. It was there. Yeah, I bet. Especially depending on the time of year and the night it was, it can get real interesting. So, did you all get caught up on the officer-involved shooting? 19th, or actually 18th and R last night. And what did you all think about that? Respectfully. And I've got my opinion.
Operation 301 64 identified. Sexy now 2 channel 301 64 identified. Sexy 002.
So everybody get to see the video that was captured of that officer-involved shooting last night. Yeah, but yes, Lisa, with the dog. Yeah, they're at Safeway and Panda Express. It's actually on the back side of Panda Express at the west end of the property. So now some of you will recall that we've had some run-ins with a overzealous security guard there at that location. The individual you see kicking the dog, agitating the dog, is that security guard. What I think you don't see, and then you noticed in that video, you know, the Miss Briggs, the public information officer, she stated that the officer got bit. You don't see the officer get bit in that video, where an officer fires the shot. If you read the press release, it sounds like it was the officer that was on the ground initially trying to detain the subject. It sounds like he's the one that got bit, and if that's the case, it happened prior to the video starting. So a lot of folks are upset with saying the police department lied. I think that officer on the ground was the one that got bit, and then that security guard because you know the officer is wrestling and trying to detain the dog's owner, so natural response from the dog. So that's what I want to know, and I also want to know if that security guard is the one who pretty much instigated everything and riled up the whole situation to start off with, because that's his MO, and that we have seen him in action, and that's what he does. So exactly, Lisa. Exactly. I think the whole the whole situation, in my opinion, so make sure you hear that loud and clear, in my opinion, the whole situation was bogus, never even had to happen, because that security guard definitely does not have the skills to mitigate and de-escalate situations. He riles things up. So again, and just as he hailed the officer on that situation, he's hailed the police officer on us and called the police to on us, and we weren't even doing anything. So when the officer arrived and said, "Oh, you guys, what's going on?" I said, "Nothing's going on." So he just doesn't like us being around. So and then I have video. We were trying to talk with him. Another time he tried to harass us, and we tried to talk with him and ask him what is the problem, and all he'll say is, "I'm calling the police." And I kind of followed him one time. I have video, and he told me to get out of his face. He's like 10 feet ahead of me, and he tells me to get out of his face. And I was like, "I'm not in your face. I'm trying to talk with you, and you're walking away." So we said we were going to call the property owner, and still haven't been able to do that yet. Probably try to work on that tomorrow. But yeah, again, just like Lisa said, I think the whole thing was definitely preventable. But it is what it is. It happened, and it is what it is. As far as if the officer should have pulled his taser rather than his gun, I'm not going to make that judgment call. That's I'm not in his sneakers and he's got a dog coming at him that's aggressive, not because of the officer but because of the security guard. A lot of people are saying the officer agitated it, and they didn't realize that the guy off to the side was that security guard, not an officer. So a security guard that's supposed to observe and report and not engage. So. Let's spin back around. These guys were, I think they were just playing around, but. So we're downtown J Street. Harlow's up there on the right. We're spinning around the block. We're just going in circles.
Now doing final location 1701 Art.
That's unusual for them to leave one of those condors down. Usually they put them up so people don't mess with them. Yeah, sure. If you haven't seen the video, you definitely need to watch it. But keep in mind, there was a lot that took place prior to that video starting, and I think I think the current video gives a false context. But I'm not sure. I'd like to see video before that. So they'll be released because of what it is. they have to release all the body cam footage and all that within 30 days, and it's gonna be real interesting to see how that whole thing started, at least. And then you got to remember too, it started before the officers got there. It started with that security officer. So I'm hoping they release security footage from the building, because I'm sure there's got to be, I should go by and look, there's got to be video cameras out there, because it's near their ship dock. And so it'd be interesting to see how that all went down with the security officer to start off with. I'm gonna pull up here on the right and just let the car be a presence, because I think these guys are up to no good. And I think they're harassing one of the other guys, or they could just be playing around, but we'll just hang out here. It's funny how a black Crown Victoria, even though it's just a media car, the car has a stigma. So it's funny how we can just pull up somewhere and mitigate situations, cools people off. Oh, these guys. Yeah, we laugh all the time, Brandy. It's hilarious. The car is marked really, really well. Those of you that have seen it, you know, that's media and public safety news on the side, and it's on the front and the back as well. And folks still don't read. And it is amazing how a car has a stigma attached to it. The Charger, you know, the Charger's really, whoa, that guy was out in the road almost. Oh, there, okay, I got what's going on. This is actually, they're keeping one of their friends from driving. So the guy making all the noise is intoxicated. I think someone just called it in. But yeah, the one guy, the taller kid, is intoxicated, and his friends have his keys, and he's telling them to give him his keys.
We'll be out with a couple vehicles at Roebuck Community Park. I'll get your plate in a sec.
On the 23 check, 28, can you start Roebuck?
We'll be out with a couple vehicles at Roebuck Community Park. I'll get your plate in a sec.
On the 23 check, 28, can you start Roebuck Community Park, 25 South?
23, we can fight.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hopefully they can keep the keys from him. friends being friends. That's pretty cool. So he's not too happy with him right now because they've got his keys.
Downtown units, 10-3 copy on 972 report from 1730 Ellington Street. The complaint team has to report a friend missing that was last seen at the dive bar 2 hours ago. Supposedly the friend was dropped off by Uber and her cell phone and purse were missing, so she went to see if they were at the bar and hasn't been seen or heard from since. Uber is saying that they dropped her off near 1111 7th Street. And the complaint also checked the friend's condo up on Sunlight Drive in Lund in UPL. The friend is Adrian Halsey, a black light complected, brown over brown, 5'5", 135, dark shirt, maroon pants, company.
Oh, we got a pot hit. Hang on a second.
7 X-ray team, Fruitridge 004, northbound 16th Street from W. Williams.
Oh, northbound 16th from W Street. So behind us. So pod hit. For those who don't know what a pod is, those little boxes that are at some of the intersections. Chevy Lancer. I think it's stolen. The Chevy Lancer hit the pod northbound 16th from W. And for those who aren't familiar with what the pods are, those gray boxes at the intersection with the SAC PD logo on them with the little blue blinky light.
136 looking transfer.
Some of those have, man, the radios are really scratchy tonight. Some of those have license plate readers on them, and they're called pods, and so they call it a pod hit. And stolen vehicles, wanted felony vehicles, missing person vehicles, people wanted for questioning in relation to a crime. They will. Those plates will be entered in the system, and when they drive through one of those pods, it alerts the officers that are in close proximity.
Pioneer Towers 515 T, Southwest Street Unit 1203. Design 1, Engine 1, Fire Map 169, Delta 1, Operations on B3.
So we'll go down here and get in position in case officers are able to get behind that vehicle and find it. So that they get notified and they move into the area and try to locate the vehicle. So then what happens when they find the vehicle, they get several police units behind it, usually 4, and they'll execute a felony stop. If the vehicle stops, that's when you see all the cars kind of fan out and block the road, and you'll see them pull their guns and then order the subjects out of the vehicle one at a time, starting with the driver, then the front passenger, left rear passenger, right rear passenger, and they'll take them all into custody in order, one by one, because they don't, you know, it's a stolen vehicle. They don't know if they're armed or what the situation is, so they gotta be cautious. And I forgot what a Chevy Lancer looks like, and I didn't hear a color either, so we'll hang out here. That's 16th right in front of us. So we'll see if it comes this way. I think that first vehicle that went to the intersection just a minute ago was a Chevy Lancer, I believe. But I know that our officers are really short-staffed tonight, so they may not even have enough officers to assign to this. Yep, you got it, Johnny. GTA. Mitsubishi, that's it. Yep. Thanks, Brandy. Gotcha. Thank you.
136.
See, that's why I like y'all hanging out with me. You're helpful. Part of the team.
Medic 20, just Spain, Del Paso Boulevard at Evergreen Street.
Can you show us out with one? We're going to be on the west side.
2003, engine 20, Medic 20, time up 130, Charlie 3, operations on B2.
Yep, Johnny. Mitsubishi Lancer. And there goes a deputy.
W is this over 2017 Mitsubishi Lancer, 7 X-ray King Zebra 004. So your turn 1036 range to a 2017 Mitsubishi out of Sac. Nothing for the Sacramento clear 228.
So silver Mitsubishi Lancer.
20 copy.
20 copy.
CHP just put it out. All right, if they stayed on 16th, they would have been already past us.
Nora, William and Freight 894 on the board.
So at this point, well, you know, there's a stolen vehicle out rolling around. So all I can hope is that it hits another pod soon. Yeah, right, Brandy? Go get him, Tiger. So hopefully it'll hit another pod and they'll be able to pick it up. And we're rolling again. Oh, Hey, we don't have to stop at green lights tonight. Tonight we're using the green means go code. It changes from time to time, you know. Lisa, yeah, they're, you know, sporadic. There's a few downtown. I'll tell you, there's one at every entrance and exit at Arden Mall. And they picked up, I think, 2 stolen vehicles at Arden Mall today. At least one that I'm positive of. But yeah, you'll see them driving around town. Now that you know about them, you'll spot them and go, oh, that's a pod. They're actually listed. If you go on the SAC PD website, there's a spot where they actually have them listed, and they want people to know that they're there. And that's why it has the shield on it as a deterrent effect. But the funny thing is, the bad guys, even though they're there, they still drive the stolen vehicles through them. And Arden Mall has them all over, and the security vehicle. Oh, that guy got. When they see a black Crown Vic, call it cop shock. He just pulled off really quick. But Arden Mall is like a net for stolen vehicles. And the bad guys always still bring their stolen vehicles to Arden Mall to go shopping, and it's hilarious. I've watched them get like 3 back to back, because 3 people brought their stolen vehicles to the mall. It's kind of funny. Not a problem, Lisa. Like us guys do, Jerome, you are confused. You obviously don't know what you clicked into. We're news photojournalists, and so go to psnews.us and click on our About, or our About here on our Facebook page. We are not affiliated with any law enforcement organization. We're an independent news agency. So now we're in the South Sacramento area on Broadway.
Coming back not on file.
Well, everything has pretty much died down, so we're going to go ahead and shut down and call it a night. And if anything pops up, we'll come back up live, or post up the photos and other information of whatever it is if we come across something. Thanks for joining tonight, and remember our sponsor, the RU Recovery Program here in Sacramento. Yep. Hey, Brett, what do you mean just the media? Sheesh. Watch the feelers there, Brandy. No, just kidding. And like I say again, remember our sponsor. If you know someone struggling with addictions, make sure you go to that link. And if you know someone who's really in desperate need, the local program is good for folks who are you know, just struggling and need to just get away from, you know, addictions and need some help. But if someone's deep into a meth or heroin addiction or alcohol or even PTSD issues, you want to go to ruhomes.org, and the recovery home in Rockford, Illinois might be a better solution for folks struggling like that. It's a really good place. So once again, this is Maverick, Public Safety News. I want to thank you all for joining us. I'll pull in here off the road. Oh, hold on.
So the male drinking outside the located, and he attempted to hit the complainant with the floor cleaning brush. Smell like 46 foot.
Okay, it's no big deal. Let's see if you can check in on our comments real quick before I sign off. Brandy just harassing. I like to harass. Thanks, Johnny. And good night, Brandy. Appreciate you all. And you all take care. Be safe. And once again, on that RU recovery program, the program here in Sacramento is tomorrow night, Friday nights at 7 in North Highlands. So all the information is there at that website. And love if you have some folks who need some help. If you know them, if you're friends with them, go ahead and bring them and come with them. And I will be there. I love working with folks that are stuck in addiction and watching them turn their lives around. And it's just a really neat thing to see people get their lives put back together. I absolutely love it. So, all right, y'all. Take care. Good night. So long. Auf Wiedersehen. Good day. And take care and stay safe.